From the news desk to a newsy romance, Ainsley Earhardt has a story you need to see to believe.
Ainsley Earhardt earned a journalism degree from the University of South Carolina in 1999. After graduation, she took a job as a reporter at a local station in Columbia, South Carolina, and was named the Best Personality of the Year by Columbia Metropolitan Magazine. In 2005, Earhardt joined KENS-TV in San Antonio, Texas, before moving to New York in 2007 to join Fox News as a co-host at Fox & Friends. In addition to her work on Fox & Friends, she also co-hosted Fox & Friends Weekend, Fox's All-American New Year's Eve, and America's News Headquarters, and frequently appears on Hannity in a segment called Ainsley Across America. She also co-authored 2 children's books, which she penned for her daughter Hayden, telling Tampa Bay Parenting, "I wrote Take Heart, My Child when I was pregnant with Hayden, and then Through Your Eyes after she was born. They were inspired by my own childhood teachings, which I wanted to pass on to my daughter and children all over the world. They are filled with messages of love, hope, and forgiveness." Sean Hannity has reportedly been dating Earhardt since 2019. The couple started their relationship after Hannity's 25-year marriage to Jill Rhodes came to an end. Earhardt has been married twice. Hannity and Earhardt seemingly made their relationship public in 2020 when they showed up at a party together via helicopter. A source told Vanity Fair that Earhardt hosted Fox & Friends from the basement of Hannity's Long Island mansion, and she also uses his lawyer as her television agent. Both of Ainsley Earhardt's marriages ended amid reports of infidelity. She wed her college sweetheart Kevin McKinney in 2005, and they divorced in 2009 amid rumors that McKinney was unfaithful. In 2012, Earhardt married Will Proctor, a former starting quarterback for Clemson, and their daughter Hayden was born in 2015. 3 years later, the couple split after Proctor allegedly cheated with one of Earhardt's best friends, which he denied. While Earhardt is enjoying a thriving career on Fox News, her biggest priority is her daughter Hayden, whom she shares with Proctor. Although their split was allegedly due to his infidelity, Earhardt explained to People that the two are focused on amicably co-parenting and even live near one another in New York City, saying, "We're focusing on moving ahead and raising our daughter. We honestly wish each other nothing but the best, and we will remain friends for the rest of our lives because we share this precious, beautiful daughter together. She is our top priority."
She is so fun. She has the best personality. When I walk in the door, I can hear her little voice and I hear her say, "Mama."
Earhardt realizes how lucky she is to have a job that makes spending time with her daughter easier. She works in the mornings and then is with Hayden for the rest of the day. She also hopes to have more children, revealing that she has even frozen her eggs in case she decides to expand her family in the future, explaining, "I had Hayden so late in my life, and I'm in my 40s, so I would be open to that 1000%. If I met someone who had a lot of kids, that would be great. I just love children and I love being a mother, so I won't rule that out."
Family means everything to Ainsley Earhardt, and the Fox News host has faced her fair share of family tragedy over the last few years. When Ainsley Earhardt was building her career, having children was the farthest thing from her mind. But as she and her husband, William Proctor, settled in New York, she finally realized that she wanted to have kids. In fact, she dreamed of having 4 children, although she soon accepted that her job and age wouldn't allow for that. Earhardt was already in her 30s when she married, and having waited a while to make the decision to have children, she was running out of time. So she settled for 1, expecting that the journey to that dream would be pretty straightforward. It was not. In an essay for Women's Health, Earhardt wrote, "I wanted a baby so badly, but it wasn't working out. I began feeling really sad that we were having so much trouble conceiving. I continuously saw pregnant ladies on the sidewalks, children on park swings, and moms pushing strollers. My professional friends were getting pregnant and I was not." In retrospect, Earhardt recalled what one of her friends once told her, "We plan, God laughs." She described how her infertility journey taught her to have patience, but admitted that it was an emotionally trying time for her and her husband. After 8 long months of trying to conceive, Earhardt finally got pregnant. She was elated. and became even more so when she and her husband, at their first ultrasound appointment, heard their baby's heartbeat. Their second appointment, however, stood in stark contrast to the first. Writing for Women's Health, Earhardt recalled, "The doctors searched for a heartbeat, but there wasn't one. I had to have an operation to remove my lifeless baby. I felt despair, knowing my child and I would be permanently separated."
I remember crying because I didn't want them to take her away from me.
Navigating life after the miscarriage was difficult, and Earhardt admitted during her interview with I Am Second that she became hyper-focused on all the women around her who were pregnant or had children.
And you see other girls with their carriages and their strollers and their babies and their baby bumps, and you want it so badly.
Eventually, Earhardt became pregnant again, and this time welcomed a healthy baby girl. The same year that her marriage fell apart, Ainsley Earhardt's mother, Dale Earhardt, suffered a severe stroke. Dale was battling several health issues at the time, including kidney disease, diabetes, and irregular blood pressure.
When we got that call, we were shocked when we found out that she had had a stroke. And that was really scary.
The stroke left Dale unable to breathe on her own. She couldn't speak, eat, or walk, and she experienced paralysis in her right extremities. Her doctor was concerned Dale's chances of recovery would be slim.
She had probably the most severe form of a stroke.
Dale managed to make a recovery, but then the pandemic hit, and Earhardt feared for her mother's health once more. Dale had to pay a visit to the hospital 3 times a week to receive dialysis, and Earhardt worried knowing that her immunocompromised mother had to pay frequent visits to the hospital while the coronavirus was running rampant. Speaking to the Charlotte Observer, she said, "I've told her some stories about some of the cases here in New York. Not to scare her, but just to keep her aware that when your friends come over, wear a mask and keep a distance. And don't let them hug you or anything like that." Dale Earhardt died in 2022. The next day, Ainsley was afforded the opportunity to pay tribute to her mom on air.
We're just grateful that we know her faith was strong. We know where she is. She's with Jesus. She loved the Lord.
She also praised the way her mother lived her life, recalling how she always looked for opportunities to serve her family and community. Earhardt managed to keep her composure throughout, and it was only when one of her co-hosts said her mom was proud of her that Earhardt started to become emotional.
I'm so proud to call her mom, and I am so proud to be her daughter.
Loyal Fox News viewers are likely familiar with Fox and Friends co-host Ainsley Earhardt, who has been with the network since 2007. While other anchors are open about their family lives, Earhardt typically keeps her private life private, especially following her 2019 divorce. Shortly after the TV personality announced that she and then-husband Will Proctor were separating, a source told People that Earhardt had filed for divorce because of Proctor's alleged infidelity. A separate source told the Daily Mail it was all the more devastating for Ainsley that he cheated with someone who she considered one of her closest friends. Any marriage breakup is difficult, but this made it extra heart-wrenching for her. For his part, Proctor denied the allegations to the Daily Mail, insisting, "There is not 1 ounce of truth to the allegations that I had an affair. I am disappointed that this private matter has become public. I remain focused on and committed to being the best dad and maintaining a friendship with my wife, even though she has decided to move on." While they may have disagreed at the end, the ex-couple has worked together well after the fact. The one-time couple share a daughter, Hayden, and remained committed to co-parenting throughout the separation and subsequent divorce. But while Proctor made headlines amid the split, what else is there to know about Earhardt's ex-husband? Will Proctor's marriage and subsequent divorce from Ainsley Earhardt may have thrust him into the limelight, but he had quite the illustrious career well before marrying into the Fox News world. Following a successful college football career at Clemson, plus a short-lived stint in the Canadian Football League, he went on to work in finance. While at college, Proctor got the most playing time during his 2006 season, at which point he had a 60.2 completion percentage and threw for 16 touchdowns. After he hung up his cleats for good, Proctor was hired as a new vice president and wealth advisor for Neuberger Berman Wealth Management. According to the outlet, he was the first to hold hold the position since it was created for him. As of February 2022, Proctor remains with Neuberger Berman, where he works as the head of sponsor coverage and managing director, according to his LinkedIn. Making a smooth transition from professional sports to finance, his career is flourishing. Personal life aside, Proctor has forged a successful career in the business world, and it has surely served him and his daughter well in the years since his divorce. As an added bonus, the position has kept him in New York near his ex-wife, which has surely facilitated easier co-parenting. The athlete-turned-businessman reportedly has a net worth of $2 million per Very Celeb, so all in all, Proctor seems to be doing all right for himself. In the time following their separation, Will Proctor and Ainsley Earhardt are working on parenting together. And while working together as a team after a divorce can be tricky, Proctor and Earhardt seem to be making the best of it. In a 2019 interview with People, Earhardt shared where she is these days post-divorce. Spoiler alert, she is absolutely killing it. Earhardt told the outlet, "I have my dream job in the morning, and most of that is done when Hayden is sleeping, so I'm not missing out on her life."
What's really cool about getting this position is now I can tell her, you can do anything you want to do, little girl. You can make it.
Together, she and Proctor are focused on what's best for Hayden. Earhardt went on to add that her daughter Hayden was the quote, "light of my life." Life after divorce is never easy, but through intentional co-parenting and communication, it seems like Earhardt and Proctor are doing well, and their daughter's life is all the better for it. Cheers to that.